So you want to do the intro?
No, I can't bring it like you do.
No, that's the point. You would bring it like you do.
Hey, folks, this is This Evening Tonight.
You're supposed to say, hey, what's going on here? I don't know why.
I gotta do it just like you.
You gotta be like, hey, guys, what's up? What's going
Well,
on?
hey, guys, what's going on? I think I just blew the mic out.
Yeah, I think you did too. It's not used to you using your voice.
Hey, welcome to This Evening Tonight.
You sound like a televangelist. But hey, guys, what's going on here? River Sullivan coming at you right here, right now, pre-recorded yet again for your live listening pleasure. And I hope you enjoyed that little opening ditty by Scott. It was amazing. I'd like to see him reach inside and touch his inner self.
I'm sure it'll bring our listeners lots of pleasure.
And
that's what I'm here for.
And or ear bleedings if I don't bring the levels down when I edit.
I love when you do your intro, the fact that like you just do it with such force that your head flops back.
It goes back and around. Yeah. I call that pizzazz.
Razzmatazz.
Oh, man, yes. So how you been? How you doing?
Well, you know, I'm just to keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on, because I understand, sir, that you are a little bit, if not a mite of a bit, angry today.
No, I wouldn't say angry. I made the mistake of trying to keep myself informed and scanning the headlines on the interwebs.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's break off that dick. I don't know. I don't know.
Where are you going with this?
Let's break off that and fuel the anger a little bit before we get into that and talk about this week's coffee, which is a little bit of magic known as Dean's Beans. It's an organic coffee from God knows where. I haven't really read it on the back because I'm stupid, but it is known as their Uprising Breakfast Blend. Dean's Beans is a United Nations award-winning coffee, and we are drinking today the medium roast out of Nicaragua, Honduras, and Peru. Lively, sweet, and smooth flavor. What do you think of this? Because I don't know if you can tell, because I've already been drinking it all day.
I'm going to be honest, I don't care for it. I mean, it's
Really?
okay. Like
I fanatically enjoy this.
I don't know, maybe, did you do it in the auto drip?
I did have to do it in the auto drip.
That might be it.
But I had some in the auto drip this morning and loved it. Maybe I went a little easy on the roast a little bit there on the amount of beans.
It tastes very watery to me for some reason.
Probably too not enough beans
it's
or whatever.
Okay.
But I think it's fantastic. This is a solid. I went over into Amish country over there in Pennsylvania, and the other day with my parents and the old lady, we went over there, made kind of a day of it. And everywhere we went, they're all buying Amish-made goods and stuff like that. And me, I found every coffee I could get my hands on. I have over 6 different types of coffee, big bags. We are set for a while for the coffees. This is the first one I've tried. I like it. I firmly enjoy it. I'm actually going to put that in my top 5.
I'm just going to go with meh.
Meh, you think it's just a day drinker? I don't know what it is. It's the smoothness to it.
I'm going to give it one more shot.
Let it sit in your mouth for a minute. Just let it simmer.
No, I'm just going to go with meh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that because you're so excited about it.
I think I'm just because I'm highly caffeinated. And, you know, it's been a good day for me today. Pretty good day for the old lady. Just got back taking her from the hospital on it was kind of a surgery thing she had to have done. She has real bad acid reflux. And they had to do like a tube thing. So they had to knock her out, run it down her esophagus, and just like they roto-rooted her entire inside.
God bless her.
So I got to hang out here and make sure that she doesn't cough up blood or shit blood, because they said if that happens, immediate trip to the ER.
It could also be that I just had a macchiato before this, and it's maybe...
Yeah, you went to a place called what, Annie's?
Annie's.
Annie's,
you know, like Apple Annie's?
Like Apple Annie's?
Well, they opened a coffee shop on the other side.
So instead of Apple, they just took the apple out.
Yes.
Same people, though.
Annie's coffee shop, but they have ice cream too.
Okay. It's kind of weird. Hot
Not
with
really.
a juxtaposed cold.
I can be like, hey, youngins, you want some ice cream? Dad is getting some coffee. Let's do this. There, I also saw a burger place over there. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm curious about that.
Where's this at?
On the other side, like if you take the bridge across 68,
Yeah.
over there where like Planet Fitness and stuff is.
Oh, the Canyon Road area. It was the burger place, Big Red Shanty.
Yeah, is it any good?
It's amazing. If you want to know what real life Bob's Burgers is like, walk in there and you feel like you're in it.
That's why I got so excited.
It's really cool, yeah, because I was like, this is Bob's Burgers.
Well, hey, guys.
Well, guys, don't forget, as usual, to check the link in the description below, as we do include those links to the delicious coffees that we do enjoy. But now moving on to more grave concerns. Scott's been a little bit more meh, and I could definitely tell something was up when you went meh over that bomb-ass coffee. And you actually came in here with somewhat of a list of things that you wanted to rant about. I like to rant and do my own thing, and I rant, and then you kind of just back me up with it.
Yeah.
But it's your turn, Cubby.
I'm not going to rant. It's just I just have some thoughts.
Okay.
Like I said, I scanned the headlines. And first of all, don't coffee shame me, sir.
I just think it's really
I have
good.
my own flavors.
I know you.
I mean, taste.
I did buy a couple of bags you will enjoy, I promise.
I will hold you to that promise.
Some midnight typhoon black, like...
Black hole.
Yeah, black hole roast.
No, like I don't really pay that much attention to the news, but I thought I would prep for the show and scan some headlines.
So wait, you were scanning headlines just today then?
Yes,
and
like literally 2 hours ago.
And you like don't like to read the news a lot because
it makes me angry.
And me, I try to inundate myself a lot in it just to try to understand what's going on. So let's see. So hit an article.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and preface this with like I went over a ton of sites: Fox, CNN, ABC, NBC, NPR. I hit all of them. I think I didn't hit BBC. I don't think, but still.
Uh-huh.
And the one topic that sticks out in my mind, and I don't even really want to talk about it because it's so horrible to a degree, is the Columbus shooting. Are you familiar with this incident?
Yes, that was where the officer shot the woman that had the knife, and she was stabbing someone. The cop, from what I understand, cop arrived on scene, and initially said the officer shot an unarmed black woman. But then when the body camera footage was released, they found out she had a knife, and you can see her actively trying to stab this person with a knife. And the police, utilizing their standardized use of force model, is they perceive an imminent threat of grave bodily harm, and that is deadly force. So that officer meets deadly force with deadly force to protect the life of an innocent, of a bystander.
You are correct, sir.
I've been keeping up on it. Now, see, that's a lot of thing, though, real quick. People don't understand is they see that footage. For a lot of people that have been in the field, or a lot of people that inundate themselves in news and protocol, along with police, different police departments and law enforcement in general, they don't understand if you don't, like I said, if you don't have any of this backing or have done the time to research the knowledge like we have, people don't understand that the cop just arrives, sees a knife, and just shoots, right? That's how they're viewing it. They don't understand
every time.
Like any police officer anywhere, if a cop is responding to your house and somebody's beating you up, right? And then by the time they get there, you produce a weapon, this and that. The officer has to go with what is on scene. As soon as what they see that's immediately what they know.
Right.
Like that's what I love is the armchair generals of all this stuff, and it's usually like Twitter and some of the other anti-social media out there, as I call it.
There's even more to it. If you read into the reports of what dispatch was saying, like the folks actually had called in and said, hey, someone's attacking these folks. We need a cop now. Like now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they were utilizing the police, or what in theory they're supposed to be for, is to save lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what this cop had in the back of his mind. And he shows up, and there's somebody else attempting to stab somebody else.
Yeah.
And like you said, that's an instant kill shot. I'm sorry that it happened to a 16-year-old. That's tragic.
Yeah.
But what really disturbs me
Are you about to go to LeBron?
Yeah. Like the reaction of everybody. And it's the fact that even after the body cam footage clearly shows what happened and how scary that situation was, this guy is made out to be a monster, even though he saved the life of a black woman. I mean, but my mind's so blown, would it even matter if he was a black cop? They probably still would have demonized him. I think they would have. Like, I think that's what's bothering me about this, is where we're at.
Yeah. And we're all like, well, not we, but it seems like a good portion of the world is all on blue man, bad time.
Exactly. Like, they're painting police, military, conservatives as the enemy. And I think that's dangerous, very dangerous.
I still hold out, however, in my heart of hearts, that there is an equal amount of people on either side with opposing viewpoints that still respect the viewpoint of others and still have that just common sense about things, to look at things not at just face value, but to understand. And I'm not talking about reading between the lines and putting on your tinfoil hat. I'm talking about being able to look at that and actually understand just past the physical act of what has happened. Cop shoots unarmed black woman. And
Absolutely.
Then some people just, like you have the people that immediately default to, oh, racist, bad cop, or then people go, well, had a knife, whatever. They don't take time to understand the full picture, because we talked about before how quick information comes out. That LeBron James, world famous basketball player.
Why does his opinion even matter?
Yeah. World famous basketball player. He has 50+ million followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then he tweeted, I remember seeing that, he tweeted like a picture of the cop that shot her and just wrote like, "You're next."
Exactly.
That's terrifying. But
yes, it is.
All of a sudden the body camera footage came out and he deleted the tweet. But I mean, after that, that's like shooting your gun in the air.
It's too late. It's out there.
And then you holster it real quick because, my bad, it's too late. You already shot the gun.
That brings up more, but I'll get to that here in a minute.
Yeah. It's terrifying. It is. That does scare me. We've become so guarded as to how it is that we speak.
Right.
Like, even on this show, I know, like, we're very free speech oriented on here, but I know you just have to be careful on how you word things, because how everybody misconstrues, or the misconceptions of every word, they can come back to bite you in the ass for no reason, based upon somebody getting their feelings hurt.
And it just shows you how manipulated we are when you have people that, even after they saw this footage, are still hesitant to say, "Oh, well, yeah, you were right." They're like, "Well, I don't understand. I don't know what I saw. I still think he was wrong.
Yeah.
Should have shot him in the leg. Should have shot in the air."
That all boils down to people's differentiations and differences of opinion. There's your opinion and how you feel that something should have been handled. But then people that are outside or not inside of law enforcement, or don't know how law enforcement works, even if you're going state, county, locals, feds, whatever, whoever's handling it, like that department, maybe you should check on that department's regulations and their policies. I guarantee you can get access to that through an FOIA, a Freedom of Information Act.
Yeah, I'm
Just
sure.
like most of these guys, like, we can get access to any body cam footage through an FOIA request.
Right.
If you want to look at the body cam footage and find something that is terrible or underlying or racist or whatever sub-motive that anybody wants to see, or find any wrongdoing, everybody's absolutely free in this country to request it. But nobody wants to do that.
No,
Everybody
they
wants
want
to
to be
look at-
angry.
they
It's
wanna-
easier to be angry.
It's easier to be mad and pissed off and find somebody to blame and yell and all this.
Create a narrative.
Or somebody gets the footage and then they chop it down to just the gut, just the bare bones, like the 30 minutes chopped down to 30 seconds. Like I referenced that woman that was pulled out by her hair by the police. Somebody put that on Twitter. All you see is her getting ripped out of her car by the police. Man, Blue Man is fucking bad. Look at that. Why would he do that? It's because 30 minutes prior, the police had responded to their address, to this woman's address where she and her husband were fighting. She was highly intoxicated, drinking alcohol and whatnot. And the cops were trying to detain her to talk to her, and they knew she was drunk, and then she grabbed her 2 children, got in the car, and took off. So not only have they pretty much evaded police or whatever, however it is that you want to call it, but then she took 2 children with her knowingly drunk. That's reckless endangerment.
Right. I think this goes beyond that, though, beyond an opinion. I really do. And this is what disturbs me the most about it. How can we second guess somebody's life getting saved? I understand this lady was 16 years old. She had a troubled past. She was in foster care or whatever. And that's tragic. And I do sympathize with the family, but when it comes down to it, she was attempting murder.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody that looks at that footage can question that. She was trying to kill that other person. The cop did his job, what we paid him to do, and we're just leaving him hanging. It's traumatic enough, I'm sure, when you end somebody's life. And now you want to put all this garbage on him? After he saved the life of a black lady? That's where I'm at with this.
Yeah. You are a little fired up today. I know I'm caffeinated, which is why I'm talking so fast.
Well, the reason I get so fired up about it, and I'm not taking away from anybody's opinion of how things are in the law enforcement world or the social justice world in general.
Mm.
You know, it's just because it hits so hard, close to my heart. No one likes to be second guessed, especially when they're doing what they were taught, what they thought was right, what they were requested to do by the people that called them.
Okay, so let me play a little bit of devil's advocate with you here on this.
I'm good with that. Was there a better option? Tell me.
Well, no, I don't know about the options, but I know it's our optics, our point of view can be skewed from somebody else's. The way you see it right now, it feels, in your conviction too, is very cut and dry. But then you have to think some people didn't have the same upbringing you had or I had. So in their eyes, that situation could look totally different. Just saying, like, if I'm trying to view it in terms of like other cultures and societies, is what if I grew up having trouble with the police all the time and I'm just having a fight with my friend, and that's just how we fight, whatever. Shit happens, and a cop showed up, and I've known my friend for years, and I know we always fight like this, but a cop showed up, perceived that he was going to kill me, even though I knew he was just, he's just acting crazy or whatever, and then he gets shot for it. I'm just, like I said, devil's advocate, trying to play that other view. That's like where we talk about, we look at Fox News and CNN, two polarizing sides. We try to read both and try to understand what's in between the lines, what could have happened, what some people say should have happened or shouldn't have happened. But it's just, I try to broaden my perspective by changing my perception to things to try to see if I can get more clarity on it.
I respect that, but if all that were true, would they have requested a cop now? Right now?
Well, then someone could argue, hey, it's verbiage. Yeah, I need a cop now. I need a cop right now. I mean, that could be perceived as two different, methods or two different levels of urgency.
She attacked a person with a knife.
Look, like I said, I'm not arguing with you.
I know what you're doing, but
we're playing devil's advocate.
This is why I feel strongly about this. I agree.
Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to show
there
you
is
down.
other perspectives, but well, let's play devil's advocate. What other options did he have? He could have done nothing.
Somebody would have said taser, but according to, again, it comes down to learning the use of force models. Knife, deadly. Taser, less lethal.
Right. Let me explain this to you. The reason that he didn't go directly to the taser, one, they can be unpredictable sometimes, the barbs on them when they fire them. So you don't even know, like, in a situation like that, you don't even know if that's going to hit or if it's even going to incapacitate that person.
Mm-hmm.
And you visibly have a deadly threat to an unarmed person. That's instant shot right there. Like, that's bang, you're done. And the reason he's not going to take a leg shot or an arm shot or anything but center mass in the chest is because it's a lot harder to hit those kind of targets.
Mm-hmm.
Center mass is your easiest target. That's the easiest way to stop somebody.
Because it's the largest piece of the human body, is the torso.
Right, and when you're amped up like that, it's not so easy to get a good shot.
Yeah. I mean, moving into stuff like that is like, you have that whole incident with the taser. That one lady with the shooting. She shot, was it Dante Wright? Was his name? Because she had her taser
in the wrong spot.
Mm-hmm. But apparently she'd been on the force for 26 years, I think they said.
That don't always mean anything. Because you can go your whole entire career and never ever draw your weapon.
True. But this is the point, though, that I've had driven to me, that I've heard other people talk about that I agree with. Not my originating opinion. I checked out this guy by the name of Donut Operator on the YouTube. I guess he's prior law enforcement. He used to be a cop. Now he's a full-time YouTuber and game streamer. But he does shooting breakdown, stuff like that, and he talked about the incident with Dante Wright. But what it boiled down to is the officer was carrying her sidearm on the same, like either right in front of or right behind of her lethal
Correct.
option. You don't keep your non-lethal and your lethal paired together. I get it because the taser has a pistol grip on it and you want to be able to draw it by muscle memory. But also, like, the big argument is that I was curious about it myself for just about a minute, and then I thought about it, was I went, a taser weighs a hell of a lot less than a fully loaded, I believe they had a Glock 17 or 19 was their service weapon. She would draw that, and you go, that's way heavier than the taser. She should know that. But then you think about if you've ever been in a heat of the moment situation where your adrenaline's pumping.
You're not thinking about that.
That taser or that Glock, whatever, could have weighed 90 pounds. And she would have pulled that like it was nothing because of adrenaline. That was a tragedy that happened. Looking at, from what I've been able to glean on the news and everything I've been able to discover on it, I do believe that was an honest-to-God accident. Is she going to fry for it? She is going to face consequences and probably some jail time. I mean, that'll probably boil down to involuntary manslaughter. and she'll have to do some time over it.
Mhm.
It's just like a hit and run, or just if you hit a guy with your car or whatever that you didn't mean to,
Yeah,
but
it's still a crime.
You still did wrong. You still killed someone. You still took somebody, off the planet.
I don't totally disagree with that. Like, I understand, like, that was a legit mistake, and it was a big mistake. One that probably could have been avoided if she would have had it on the other side like most police do.
Yeah, from my understanding, most police on a taser, it's supposed to be cross-draw, either on a chest rig, something where even your strong shooting hand, you have to cross over to your weak side to pull from it. But you train yourself to know that's where it is. So when you have to do this, if you have to reach across you on your left side, if your gun's on your right, you reach across to your left, wherever it's at. If that's where I'm keeping my taser, that's where it's always kept. So when I'm reaching for my taser, I know to go over here. I don't know to go, remember, 4 inches back or 4 inches in front on the same side. That is dangerous. But then a big thing it boiled down to as well was the whole defund the police movement. So when you're defunding police, they're not just going to fire off the existing ones. When you defund them, that removes training. That removes equipment.
Absolutely.
So when you remove the money or the funding for the training to train them how to do their jobs better, you now have shitty police. And when you have shitty police are going to make shitty decisions because they weren't trained enough. I think.
I never thought of it that way, but you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that particular department's financial situation. They had the Axion body cameras and everything. Those are high dollar items, but I don't know enough on it to make any kind of conclusion or any kind of I'd just be making an assumption at this point as to how their training was because I haven't done any research on that specific department's training.
Well, that's really what it boils down to in those type of adrenaline fueled situations. Like you get tunnel vision, you don't have time to think, so you revert back to your base level training, muscle memory.
Muscle memory.
That's why they always tell you to keep your weapon in the same place all the time. So that way you're not.
I'll tell you who my hat's off to, police department wise, is I believe it's Los Angeles. Have you noticed? I'm serious. Watch any of their body cams. First of all, the Los Angeles SWAT team is the most highly trained SWAT in the world. They're so highly trained. They train the FBI Cat Squad.
That's cool.
Like they go to, in quotes, a local police department. They go into a city police department to have federal agents get training from them. Because back in 97 where they had those guys, it was 96 or 97, I believe, they had those guys with all the body armor. Mm-hmm. And they shot at him 900 times, probably hit him 30. And then they ended up having to raid a pawn shop to get body armor and ARs with armor-piercing bullets to take these guys down. It was like something out of a fucking movie.
I think of things like that when we hear the defund the police thing and also the gun rights thing, when they want to start putting restrictions on weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Those headlines don't make news anymore. You know? And that's another thought I had on this. It's okay, you want to defund the police, that's fine. And I'm firmly convinced a lot of these folks in this movement, and this probably won't make me very many friends, but I don't care. It's not about justice. It's about anarchy. I believe that.
Mm-hmm. But again, for my devil's advocate approach on you, is we didn't all have the same experience with law enforcement growing up. I had positive experiences. We had DARE officers back in the day that would come into class and talk to you and make sure you stayed off drugs and stuff like that. But you have people that live in low-income neighborhoods, like a lot of the inner city.
I grew up in a low-income neighborhood.
I think there's a little bit difference.
Maybe.
We live in West Virginia, where we have the highest morbid obesity and cholesterol and alcohol abuse and substance abuse rates out there.
Highest poverty rate.
But at the end of the day, we have the country. We have trees and mountains and stuff to get away. We're not stuck in an urban jungle of big cityscapes where you got to go miles and miles to get out of the way. Where we're at, you got a bad experience in society. We can come up here to Casa de Sully, sit on the front porch and look at nothing but forest. There's nothing around me. I have that escape. I look at the youth in inner cities, these large cities that, they've known nothing but drugs and crime. It's just how they, not saying that's how they were raised, but that's what they were around. That was their backdrop that they grew up in. And people can call me a bleeding heart if you want.
I don't think that excuses bad behavior.
It doesn't excuse the bad behavior, but I sit here and wonder things like that. It's what the hell can somebody like me do to help in there? but you can't help somebody that doesn't want help. And if somebody that might need help doesn't think they need help, they're not going to accept help from you. Because then it comes down to what we split hairs in. I mean, this is a hot button topic to mention is, like, oh, you're just trying to use your white privilege and say that, oh, well, you're just trying to do this because you're white and you're entitled and you don't know. Well, you know what? You're right. I don't know. But sometimes I'd love to have the insight to understand, and sometimes I believe in the experiences we've had in our other jobs that we do kind of have a glimmer into that world. Just a little bit. I didn't grow up in it. I didn't live in it. But at the end of the day, which is like, I swear to God, that's like my new catchphrase for the show because I always use that. At the end of the day, I'm still a solid humanist. We both are. We're still solid people, and I hate to sound like the cliche, the old, why can't we all just get along? Why can't we all just live our lives and be left alone? If you want help, you ask for it. If you're happy with the life, be happy with the life. Quit going out of the way trying to start a crusade for somebody that might not want your help. This is a very...
You lost me there. Like maybe I'm just not smart enough to figure out.
I know. It's not you. It's me. I went off on a tangent.
I get it.
But,
like, people have experienced different things in life and have different perspectives.
Real quick, not to cut you off. It's just, we always talk about doing devil's advocate, and I determined today that I want to go harder on that.
Okay.
Like, we play little bits of yins and yangs on stuff. Nowhere near enough. Like, we say all the time, this is our shtick, that's our thing, back and forth. I want to reinforce that.
Sure.
And just know that it might be my opinion, it might not. It might just be me assuming the other side to stand up for it, to create that argument, because those arguments and questions and answers create process.
You killed my steam, man.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, I'm good. But no, that I did research, and through going through all the headlines and stuff, I found out that Joe Biden, when he was running for president, he is one of them shoot him in the leg kind of folks.
Yeah, he is. Have we had a press conference from this president yet?
I mean, do we need one?
Well, I mean, they're kind of the leader of the free world. I'm just saying, again, I don't need to tell anybody who I voted for. It's nobody's business. It's nobody's business but my own. But every one of them did a press conference. I'm just saying, since January, I don't think he's had one. And the old lady was, we were driving back from the hospital here today. She said, why are all the flags still at half-mast? And I said, well, the president ordered them all at half-mast for all the victims of COVID. And she's like, I don't know why, but why does it make me mad? I said, well, maybe it's just your feelings on the pandemic, or maybe it's because you feel that it's detracting from the gravitas of having that flag at half-mast.
I feel like it's pandering. That's just me.
I don't know about pandering. I mean, for me, she kind of agreed with my second one that flags were at half-mast in honor of, great things and, great losses for the country.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, it has been a great loss for this country, as is the world, for all the people that have died from this pandemic. And not to sound too cold-hearted on it, but, I mean, we have that. We have sickness. It happens. Pandemics come and go. I got hit with it. I guess I was one of the lucky, or one of the statistically capable ones of surviving it.
I don't know where to go from this.
I know you had all this steam, and I'm hitting you back hard with the other side of stuff.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have read the news today. I'd be happy and in a good mood, which I am. I was just a little dejected by everything. But I did read on NBC, it went into the prosecution of the rioters at the Capitol.
Yeah. Man, they got all of them.
Yes.
I'm just saying, hats off to surveillance and facial recognition.
Yeah. But they were really making a big deal out of the ones that were ex-law enforcement and military, and saying how there is deep-seated extremism and right-wing extremism in the military. That really bothers me. I feel I take that as a personal attack. I feel like they're trying to paint the military along with the police as the enemy.
Yeah, and I mean, I get it, and I can definitely see it that way as well.
And we both know people that were present for that situation.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I don't have any facts to back that up, but I feel like there's a lot more to that situation than what was on the surface.
Oh man, this is like the old argument we used to have about, are you just getting are you really that woke? Or are you just getting so stir crazy now into this, you're getting frenzied up from the stories to where you're making the facts fit the opinion?
I feel like the answer is yes.
On both.
No, but we both know this person.
No, yeah, absolutely. I know a couple of them that went. 3 of them at least.
And it either shows gross negligence on the Capitol Police's part or something more. I don't know.
Yeah, man, I get it. A lot of it just gets you real hot. Like it like literally you get heated. I'm over here sweating thinking about all this, just looking at you. Also, I'm wearing my thick flame retardant shirt here. But but speaking of heat, what a better way than to cool off here. We'll take a minute, cool the brain, cool the mind, the body, and the soul by pulling the truck over for this week's trip into Duke Cannon country. And with summer right around the corner and temperatures running hot, this week I bring to you Duke Cannon's cold shower face and body wipes for cool down and cleanup. I got sent a pack of these. They're 15 field towels. They look like a big moist towelette kind of thing.
I've used these.
And they're wonderful. Yeah, I know a mutual friend of ours that swore by them in Afghanistan. It was funny, it's right there on the back of the package. It says, the mountains of Afghanistan are not equipped with state-of-the-art plumbing. So a cold shower to escape the oppressive heat, dirt, and grime isn't an option. That's why Duke Cannon worked with U.S. military personnel to develop cold shower cooling field towels. These face and body towels are made with menthol, aloe, and jojoba to provide a chilling blast as they cleanse and protect. The perfect way to cool down and recover after 12-hour shifts, covert field missions, or back alley boxing matches. They are uniquely textured, and by that, one side is kind of gruff. It has an exfoliating layer to it. Alcohol paraben-free with aloe vera and menthol. Made in USA with domestic and imported materials. I tried one of these out the other day, and my God, are they wonderful.
I need to know what jojoba is.
Jojoba, I believe, is a root. Jojoba is a shrub that grows in dry regions of northern Mexico and the southwestern U.S. Jojoba oil and wax are produced from the seeds and used for medicine. Jojoba is applied directly to the skin for acne, psoriasis, sunburn, and chapped skin.
Ooh, so it's like a cleansing oil.
Yeah, it's like a cleansing oil. Nice, it's like a moisturizer. Very nice.
So I've used these before, like in those rare times when you work late hours and you don't have time to take a shower between shifts. Mm-hmm. And they do the trick. I'll give them that. They make you feel clean.
I feel a little sticky afterwards, though. I used one. I was like, this kind of feels sticky.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. You smell like peppermint tea, though. Like, I was like, oh, that is a sweet mint.
That smelled delicious.
I was like, I just want to eat myself. One of these days, I'll be able to reach down here and eat myself.
Piece of candy.
I just taste like a hotel after dinner mint. What? No, not a. Oh, God.
My bad.
Sonar contacts, Captain.
I got to text my dinner order in here.
Oh. Tell her with a side of jojoba.
Do I want a pepperoni roll or do I want a hoagie?
Well, a hoagie is just a surgically open pepperoni roll, if you think about it.
Well, from Colosestos, that's how they do their pepperoni rolls, too, so.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, like the Subway pizza sub is pretty much just like a pepperoni roll with a sunroof on it.
Yeah, like Strombolis, like, are just kind of like pepperoni rolls, just in square shape.
Mm-hmm. I don't know
different
about
bread.
Square shape.
Different. Or triangle, I'm sorry. I get my shapes confused sometimes. Comes with old age.
But
all right. I feel better now.
Yeah. So let's keep the train of positivity rolling. You pulled up here to old Casa de Sol and you saw me doing something. Emptying out old Pat.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's your rescue vehicle, sir.
Don't worry. I think the new one will take care of it. But yeah, lucked out here because, my God, it's just wonderful getting older and realizing that you're actually making some kind of shit out of your life and you can actually have some good come out of just paying your bills. Like credit going up. And I never thought, like, again, like getting excited for good credit so I can get a fridge. Oh, God. But I had to take the lady to the hospital so she could have this procedure done so they could look inside of her to see what's going on with her acid reflux, I guess. They just roto-rooted it all. And I was like, well, I got some time. I was like, I'm just going to go drive up and look around. Like I've been telling you, I've been looking at a Tacoma forever and was wanting to get one of them. I just pulled into this drive-through. I just pulled into this dealership, saw this black little truck right there. And I was like, what is that? And I went, oh, it's a Nissan Frontier. And it's just like murdered out in black. And I was like, oh man, real Johnny Cash looking thing. But I just was looking at it and I was, hell-bent convinced. Like I said, I'm getting a bike this year finally. And I'll get the truck next year because I was like, I still owe too much on old Pat. So there's no way I can swing anything with it. So I got to talking with a guy and he was just like, yeah, we looked at it. And I told him, I said, it'd be like a year or so. I said, oh, okay, well, we'll have some in stock probably. And I said, tell you what, drive on up to the front entrance and I'll give you my business card. I said, okay. So I drive over to the front. Door comes open. And there's some guy arguing with this other guy. What the hell's going on with that? And they were apparently the owner guy was getting yelled at by a customer that wanted that same truck. And they ended up cutting me kind of a sweet deal, kind of a fuck you. And then they cut $5,000 off of the trade-in, or off the sticker price. Did a military discount, gave a like $500 rebate, and ended up going into it for a, I guess, mid-size they call them. You can't call them a small truck anymore. I don't know why. Like a light, super light truck. I don't know. So I got brand new Nissan Frontier 2021, 0 miles. For like $20 cheaper a month than a little 4-banger Pat Jeep Renegade.
You got the hate discount.
Because he called me, he's like, man, you lucked out. He's like, he fucked that dude, like just to make a point. I said, well, I'm so glad I'm a very nice person to talk to. He said, yeah, you're very polite, man. I appreciate it.
You got a once-in-a-lifetime deal.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've had that luck before when I had the Street Glide. When I looked at my Street Glide, I ended up getting it for $10,000 off the sticker price because just act of God. But, yeah.
No, I know that feeling to get a new truck.
Oh, wait.
Not to be cliche, but
I meant to show you a photo.
You feel super accomplished whenever you buy a pickup truck. Black on black, I like it.
It's got one of those cage bed extenders. You drop the tailgate and then this like cage thing flips out onto it so you get extra bed space. And then you can invert it, just flip it back in, close the tailgate, and in the wintertime I can just throw bags of gravel or sand in that little compartment to keep weight down on the wheels.
Very nice, very nice.
And now I'll be able to go to Lowe's and buy things. Oh, man.
All you need is a nice set of ratchet straps now.
Oh, I got some ratchet straps.
Oh, you're good to go.
Yeah, I already offloaded everything, though. It's in the garage for when I get home.
Poor Pat.
I'll miss Pat. And this, I guess, my final farewell moment.
So what are you going to call this one?
I don't know yet.
Snake.
You're shitting on Pat's moment here.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
We're just going to have this brief moment to think about Pat and all of his or her beauty, because we never knew if Pat was a girl car or a boy car. Pat, you served me well. For proper on a year and 2 years or some change like that, as I traded you from a good Wrangler. And yea, did the Renegade do well in this last winter of '20, the year of our Lord, when old Scott's Jeepopotamus got stuck in the snow. Little Pat scampered up to it and yanked it out of there with the force of 1,000 tiny hamsters. Those dozens of horses were unleashed time after time, yet pulling out the mail lady's 4-door Wrangler Rubicon Sahara Edition, a Jeep Equinox, and yea, amen, a Hyundai Elantra. Pat, you will be forever missed, and I will probably enjoy the new thing a lot more than you. Goodbye, Pat. You've been wonderful.
That was touching.
There's going to be some great music, too. I don't know if I'm going to do some church choirs or something. And yay!
You need to have like the old monks chanting in the background in a big cathedral.
You got any steam left?
No, you took it out of me. It's probably for the better. They were good to be emotionally excited and say things, make decisions.
See, so you were upset with me a little bit. I can tell you were not upset, but you were a little flustered.
I was frustrated.
I stopped you in your tracks. But what happened when you stopped in your tracks? What did it force you to do?
Ignore what you were saying.
No. It made you think, though, not just your point of view, but the other. And that's where I really want to start pushing
I get it.
Okay. So also real quick here, but there's a new segment in the show that I want to start doing that we actually did start doing in our previous one with Brad.
We did?
We had him do that story in the end. I call that a farewell moment.
Do you have one?
I do not. I'm going to reserve that for our guests because we get the show all the time.
We don't have a guest.
Exactly. So we don't have a moment. We just have our moment. We just have us all the
What's
time.
happening right now?
So listen to me. So when we have a guest on the show, and those all that are listening as well, if you're ever on the show, if you're ever a guest, near the end of the show, we're going to start doing what I call our farewell moment or farewell story. So whoever's on here, when we near the end, if they want to tell their story to say farewell to everyone, but also that it is in the indelible ink of the internet, or if they have, anything that it is that they want to say, any message they want to convey out there for the rest of the masses, some mark that they want to leave as their farewell to this show that will always be theirs. That time, however long they want to take, 30 seconds, 30 minutes, whatever, tell their story, however it is, it's theirs. It's another thing I want to add to the show, just like we added coffee. And then Duke Cannon products. And, any other shameless sponsorship plugs that I can jam into whatever hole is in this show. But it's a new thing I want to do. And we started doing that. It's labeled. You'll see it here when it comes out. By the time this airs, it'll have been out for a week already. So, yeah, that's something I want to add to it.
I'm down with it.
Well, so talking about the farewell stories and farewell moments, guys, I guess it's our time to say farewell, as we're all out of time. So don't forget all the other different ways that it is here you can listen. Check us out at anywhere else that you can get a podcast, because their list is long, and they're all down there in the description below. So click on the description. I'm getting tired of talking about it, tired of looking at that paper. Just click on them links. Don't forget to check out our merchandising store at shop.spreadshirt.com/TET show. And check out the Facebook profile link. That way you can get yourself a 10% off coupon at all Duke Cannon products at dukecannon.com. But all right, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. And until we see you here next time on the show, hopefully we'll be happier, healthier, and a little bit less bitter. Peace out.
Later.